I'm going to tell the story of our friend Lundy. So, Aaron Lundy is the owner of Lundy's Landscaping. He came to us originally, I think, in 2021. So, that was about 4 years ago. That was a little bit before your time, Val. And he came in super skeptical. I think he had worked with a marketing company before. He had a website, and we were referred to him by another client, and so that was the only reason he was talking to us. But he thought everything I was saying was BS. And his business was, he's a landscaper, but his business at the time was Lundy's Lawn Care, and his whole business model was, hey, I'm gonna get people in the door and sell them like regular lawn care services, subscription lawn care, and then we'll upsell them to different landscaping services like retaining walls, landscape design, planting shrubs, whatever. And he had done pretty well. I think he was doing about 400,000 a year back then, and it was all on lawn care. And he came to us wanting to get the other kinds of projects. His whole business model of like trying to upsell wasn't really working out. So he came in, we took him through our normal, like, kind of like consulting process of like, hey, what are your goals? Where are you at now? Where do you want to be in a year and 3 years? Why do you think now's the right time? Like all those kinds of things. And I bring that up because he was like super impressed by that. I remember him telling me like, nobody's ever asked me these questions before. Like I'm thinking about my business in a whole new light. Before that, he was just, grinding it out. Like get a client, go mow their lawn, try to hire somebody to help him and really like nose down in the work. But after that, he started looking at his business from the outside and imagining what it could be like in the future. So we we provided what we call the foundational marketing system. So we built him a new website. He was already on Google Maps, but we optimized his listing so that it was possible for him to show up for something besides lawn care. We coached him on getting reviews, and we did some search engine optimization. All of that is what we call the foundational marketing system, because 90% of the time, if you don't have that stuff set up properly, then you're going to waste your time and your money doing anything else. There's a video on my YouTube channel. You can listen to him tell the story himself, but we launched his website and immediately he started getting a ton of calls, like a ton of new leads. And what was it? He sent me a
69
message. Like he
estimates.
tells the story. Yeah. 69 estimates in the 22 days after we launched his website, which before that, in 22 days, he probably would have done like 5, maybe 10 max. So when we built him a proper website that had pages for all the different services he wanted, landscaping, tree services, retaining walls, hardscaping, patios, all that kind of stuff, immediately he started popping up for searches for all these other things that people were already searching for. They were already searching, he just wasn't showing. Now he was showing, and now he was on top of the list. And so literally overnight, he just got flooded with these leads. I don't even know how many leads he got, but he did 69 estimates in 22 days. And he sent me pictures of his calendar, and it was just stacked. And he was floored. He was absolutely thrilled. And he actually had to hire an estimator like a month later because he couldn't handle all of that stuff. And that was one of the most extreme cases of like overnight success I'd ever seen. And still to this day, like I've seen a couple examples like that, but his might be like the fastest and most extreme. Like it was all organic, Google Maps website,
Side by side.
and
Okay.
he's just been sprinting ever since then. So, we got him into advertising now and we're helping him expand further. But that was one of the coolest stories, and him and I are friends now, obviously. And every time I talk to him, it's really cool to hear, you know, like how our services changed his life, like changed his life. His employees, they put food on a lot of tables, and we played a part in that, and I'm really proud of that.
Absolutely. Like whenever I talk to him, he always tells me hiring us was one of the best three decisions he made in his life. And it's just so nice to hear. But One of the things that I would add to what you said is like Lundy as a business owner and as a guy, he's just relentless. Like whatever you ask him to do, he's gonna do it. That's what played a huge part in his success as well, because we didn't have to wait 6 months for him to send us photos or for him to get reviews or like answer the questions we had about his business. He just got us some of these things even the same day. So that's what he did, from his side that made the whole project super successful.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good thing to point out. Um, he he was, I think, a former football player, but once he signed up and was going with it, he looked at us like his coach. And everything we said, he just did it immediately, got us everything we needed.